looking good. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Poor Man's Cooking Show. Now, there's only one take, so either I'm going to screw this up or it's going to go lovely. Hopefully good, after all, I'm poor. It's not all going to be one take, there are going to be cuts. You're probably not even going to see this, I'm probably going to keep this in actually, I need to keep it in. Otherwise you've got no clue as to what's going on. If you can't tell, it's a small kitchen, this is up against something right now. Let's begin. For today's food item, tuna pasta with mayonnaise as the sauce. Happy days. It could be cheaper, but I am out of taste. Can't go too cheap. So, let's begin. First things first, you need a saucepan to fill up. Any size will do, but you probably want to be able to fit at least 1 or 2 portions, especially if you are going to be bulk cooking. Now, I'm not bulk cooking, I'm just cooking for tonight, so 1 serving. If I make too much, I can just pot it and have it for breakfast or lunch or dinner the next day. You never know. And you've also got tuna chunks. I only need 1 tin, I took out 2 by accident. I should live stream this. It'd be so much easier. To begin, saucepan, fill it up with some water. Once it's filled with water, as you can see, I can put my fingers in. It is cold. I've only just put it in. What you want to do, turn on your oven. Now, your oven either has regular heating, or it's got quick heating, which normally has a red circle. I've had this a while, so the red circle's not all too obvious except for the one in the middle, but there's 2 there actually. Pop this on, and then we crank up the heat. I've got this on 6 to make it boil even quicker, and there is another way to heat it up faster, and that is with, so we're just going to use a lid, and that is going to heat up like real quick. I don't know how quick, I don't time it whatsoever. This will probably be one of the major cuts because there's not much to do now, we just wait for it to boil. Anyway, how's your day going? My day is good. Ooh. What? Oh. This is either staying or it's getting axed. Okay, I may or may have not forgot to unpause it. So there's been a few things that happened. 1, I got a bowl. 2, I took the lid off. 3, it is boiling and very hot. I'm going to open a window just in case I set the fire. I doubt it. But there's no ventilation whatsoever. Ah, fresh air. And also, digestive break. No biggie break. Okay, first thing we're going to do, turn it down to 4. Originally I had it on 6, just to be able to boil really quickly, but if you put your pasta in while it's on 6 on a rapid heat, it will bubble over like nobody's business. We don't want that. Not one bit. Now, a good way to find a single serving is get your bowl and fill it because pasta expands. This should be more than enough. Now, of course, you might want seconds. We aren't rich though, so if you fill it up all the way, like so, that should be 2 servings. I say should. Just depends how much you put in there, really. Now, when making tuna pasta, you can put as much as you want in. It's fine. Don't need to worry one bit. So yeah. Anyway, we've got that bubbling. It's now simmering. Pour your pasta in. 1 wooden spoon, prepared. Pop it in the middle like so. Never want to know how long something cooks. It normally has instructions on it, and on here it says 10 to 12 minutes. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for 10 to 12 minutes. Get in the water, you. Stirring periodically. I mean, now it's not really needed to stir, but you know, gives me something to do. Want to help speed it up a little bit more? Put the lid on. It helps contain the heat. Got any plans? Boom! Anyway, the one thing you got to make sure, take off your lid before it over bubbles. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of starchy water around your ring, and that's just more to tidy up afterwards. Not about that life. Not about that life. But now that it's starting to bubble around the edges, I no longer need to use the lid. It's going to cook just as quickly now because there's a consistent amount of heat there. Lovely jubbly. Now, while we're waiting for this to be done, there is a very, very simple thing we can do. Our tuna. If you've got tin openers or can openers, depending on where you're from, open them up, click it on, twist, twist, twist. Bob's your uncle. You've got one open can of tuna. Now, there is one thing to keep in mind though. Some of them have a little pill tab. You know, you could do that. But I don't have that one, so let's do that. Do it off screen. Actually, I could do it just here. It's like twist, like this, twisty, twisty, twist. I normally do about halfway because we got to drain it first because it's filled with brine. For me, I like a bit of brine on my tuna pasta, so I don't drain it all the way. I drain most of it. That way I still get a bit of flavour, you know. It's not all about that mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, a little less later. Alright, mate. Guess I'll see you later. Woo! What a rush! Anyway, now for anyone who's gotten to this point and isn't already thought this is really random and weird, 6, 7, what you gonna do? You can either keep watching or you can leave. I'm not stopping you. Stirring up my pasta, little dee. Stirring up my pasta, little dee. Just gotta leave that there. My tuna is mostly drained. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. Bing, bang, bang. Shit. Well, there goes my tuna lid. Oopsie daisy. I almost went out the window. I'm in a flap. Anyway, really cool tuna edit cut. Probably not, it's gonna be shit, but anyway. Language. Oopsie daisy. I did a little mistake. Anyway, it's a cooking show, so might as well explain what I've just done. 1 tin of tuna. You're probably going to want about 3 to 4 squirts of mayonnaise depending on how much you use and how much you like. Or you can use salad cream as a substitution, that's all up to you. I used a bowl to figure out my servings because my bowl is a pasta bowl. Some people might just use a clay or a cereal bowl depending on what it is you use. That determines your serving size really. I don't know what size saucepan this is, but it's good enough. I filled it to about 2/3 of the way, maybe 4/5 depending on how you look at it. Brought it to a boil first, cooked the pasta. Pasta is almost done. Then me, I was just taught to take a nibble out of it and see if it's cooked or not. If it's not cooked, you just cook it for longer. I've not cooked yet. Okay, I'm probably going to give it like another 3 minutes. What I'm going to do is, because it's 3 minutes, turn off the temperature. Okay, let's give this another go. I was right to give it that amount of time. So, what we're going to do, drain it. I'll be back once it's drained. Okay, so the video most likely got cut. Fingers crossing it got cut. Here is our pasta, nice and drained. Almost. Mayonnaise. Crack that open. Swirl it around. Spoon. Okay, and voila, it is done. Simply grab a serving spoon, or in my case, whatever the heck this is. I've got no clue what it is, despite the fact I'm doing a cooking show. That is one portion of tuna pasta, and in here is another. Good way to preserve it. Stick the lid on and put it away from the heat. I'm going to pop this on the edge like that. Fork in here. Oh yeah. Pose for me, baby. Tasty. Tasty. Anyway, like what you see, like it. Subscribe if you wanna. I don't know when I'm next gonna upload. I may never do it again. I've done this as a joke. I'll just see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner. Ta-ta!